I showed my clients a beautiful detached house on a wide lot last week, which had an offer date. I told them I doubt there will be multiple offers and we will use that house as a comparative to other houses they're considering. On the offer date, only one offer came in, and the house is still sitting on the market for sale. Wrong strategy at the wrong time. Right now, there are nearly 18,000 active listings sitting on the Greater Toronto market, and 19% fewer people are buying compared to last year. Today, I'm showing you why homes in the city are sitting for an average of 65 days and how this quiet shift is creating the single biggest negotiation window we've seen in years. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact 3-step playbook to navigate this market. Whether you're trying to sell a condo in Liberty Village or buy a detached house in High Park. We're in a strange spot. Usually January is the warm-up for the spring market. But this year, the engine is stalling. Sales are down 23% in the city, and average prices have dropped from $985,000 to $948,000, a 4% drop. But the real story isn't just the price, it's the time. The property days on market has jumped from 57 to 65 days. Things are moving slower, and in a city like Toronto, speed is usually everything. So why is the 416 suddenly standing still? Let's look at the numbers that actually matter. We have 6,968 active listings in the city, with a massive portion, 4,296 to be exact, in the condo market, which represents 61% of all the active listings in the city. Now, here's the irony. New listings are actually down 14%. You would think fewer properties coming up for sale would mean a tighter market, right? Wrong. Because sales have dropped 23%. The properties for sale aren't selling. They're piling up. Think of it like a bathtub. The tap, which is new listings, is turned down, but the drain, which is sales, is clogged. The water level is the active inventory is rising. The average buyer in Toronto doesn't feel the fear of missing out. They aren't rushing to Saturday open house thinking it'll be gone by Sunday or Monday. They know that statistically, the house is likely to be there for up to 65 days. This change in market velocity is the most important thing for you to understand today. It changes how you offer, how you price, and how you negotiate. Let's talk about the asset class divide, detached versus condos. Toronto isn't one market. It's a collection of micro markets. Let's break down the 416 specifically. The detached market. In the city of Toronto, the average detached home is sitting at 1.541 million. Even with the dip, this is still the gold standard asset. But detached sales are down 18%. People are hesitant to take on those $1.5 million mortgages with current economic uncertainty. If you're a seller in this bracket, you can no longer rely on bidding war strategy. If you aren't the best looking, best priced house in your pocket of the city, you're going to be part of the 65-day average. Now, with respect to the condo market, this is where it gets interesting. Condo sales in the 416 fell by 23.6% this past January. That's a massive drop. The average price now is at just under $632,000. The condo market is usually our highest volume segment, but right now it's the most stuck. We're seeing a lot of investors who bought pre-construction condos years ago finally hitting the reality wall of closing costs and interest rates. This is creating a buyer's buffet in the downtown core. If you've been looking for a 1+ den, you've gone from having 2 choices to 20 choices. I'm curious, are you seeing more price reduced signs in your neighborhood? If so, Let me know which area you're in down in the comments below. Now, let's talk about the 65-day psychology. Why does this matter? In Toronto, we're conditioned to think that if a house hasn't sold in 14 days, something is wrong with it. We've been spoiled by a decade of sold in 48 hours signs. But 65 days is the new normal for 2026. Sellers, this is a mental game. You're going to hit 30 days and want to panic. But the data says you're only halfway through the average cycle. Buyers, around 45 or 50 days is your best friend. That's when seller's fatigue starts to set in. That's when a seller who was firm on their price starts to look at their carrying costs, the property taxes, the mortgage, the maintenance fees if it's a condo, and starts to get realistic. This 21.8% increase in time on market from 57 to 65 days is effectively a patience tax for sellers and a patience reward for buyers. So how do you win in this environment? Here is your actionable plan. Step 1, the condition comeback. If you're buying right now, stop submitting firm offers. You have the leverage to include a home inspection and a financing condition. With 18,000 listings, the seller can't afford to lose a qualified buyer over a 5-day financing or inspection period. Protect yourself. Step 2, the pricing pivot. If you're selling, do not price low, hoping for a bidding war that might not come. In Toronto's market, where sales are down 23%, that strategy often backfires, leaving you with no offers and a stale listing. Price at fair market value from day one. Be the house that makes sense. Right now, 15 homes out of 100 are selling in Toronto. Price to be one of those 15, not the 85. Step 3, focus on the net, not the gross. Stop worrying if the average GTA price is down 6.5%. If you're selling and buying in the same market, it's a wash. If you sell for 6% less, you're likely buying your next place for 6% less too. Focus on the overall move, not just the sale price. I'll give you an example. If your $1.2 million house sells for 1.15 and you're able to buy the 2 million for 1.8, you come out ahead. You're saving more on the larger asset purchase to offset selling your current home for a lower price. I know the stats can sound heavy. Sales are down, inventory is up, but this is actually the healthiest thing that could happen to Toronto. We're moving away from a frenzied market into a functional market and where affordability is improving. A market where you can actually think and make a logical decision about where you want to live. Toronto is still the economic heart of this country. Our housing supply is still behind. We need more homes built. This quiet shift is a window of opportunity that won't stay open forever once the economic uncertainty passes. If you want to save 6 figures on your next move, watch this video here. If you want to know what exactly is happening in your specific Toronto neighborhood, whether you're looking at a house in Roncesvalles or a loft by the lake, reach out. I've put a link in the description below to book a quick strategy call with me. No pressure, just a deep dive into the numbers for your specific home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.